Hey, April. It's been a while. I can't believe I'm messaging you. Reuniting is just so exciting. Oh, wait a second. It can't be. Kelly? You're living in San Diego now, aren't you? I'm so happy I finally found you. It's been so long. What do you mean by finally finding me? Oh, I think you misunderstood me. I wasn't being creepy and actually trying to look for you this whole time. It was just a coincidence that you happened to move into the same neighborhood as me. Isn't that funny? Wait a second. You live here too? I was walking around our cute little neighborhood and then I happened to see you from across the street. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was really you moving in. I felt so nostalgic seeing you, so I just had to send you a text to see what you've been up to these days. I see. I guess that makes sense. It can't be helped, since it really was a coincidence. I'm assuming that you messaged me to break the tension early then, considering that we have a complicated past. After all, you stole my husband from me 5 years ago and ran away with him. I knew it. I suppose you're still mad at me, right? Well, of course I am. Who wouldn't be? My daughter and I suffered a lot from what you did. You did such a horrible thing to me, even though we were best friends. You took my husband, stole my friends, and completely betrayed me. I should be giving you a piece of my mind right now instead of casually talking to you like this. You're a sick person. But this all happened 5 years ago. Why are you still holding a grudge? I really don't understand people like you. Let loose a little. I seriously thought your anger would have disappeared by now, but I guess I was completely wrong. Plus, we have already broken up, so why are you still mad? What? After everything that happened, you guys decided to break up? I just don't get it. You were obsessed with him and stole him from me. You both ran away together because you were so in love. You wanted a whole life together and went through so much effort while I suffered. Then you just break up? Yes, I know that. But I have my reasons. Just let me explain, okay? David got fired from his job and wasn't making any money. I certainly didn't want to have to work and make all of our money. You know me. I want a relationship where the husband does all the money making and I sit at home relaxing in our expensive house. Once he lost his job, I lost interest. That's how it works. Plus, I recently have been fooling around with some coworkers. So you're having an affair with your coworkers? No, of course not. His coworkers. Did you read what I wrote? I don't want to work. Oh, even worse. I might have guessed. Anyway, why are you complaining and telling me all this? I also think you're really cold-hearted for how you're treating him. He lost his job and your first thought is to cheat on him? Then break up with him? Hey, don't call me cold-hearted. That's so mean. I don't want to hear those words from someone who remarried so quickly either. What? How do you know that? Today, when I saw you, you were with some other man. I figured that it had to be your new husband. Am I right? Why are you so interested in my life to the point where you're watching who I interact with? Anyway, you must have some good vision to see that. I'm not interested like that. Stop making this sound creepier than it is. I just so happen to have 20/20 vision. Anyway, if that was your new husband, I noticed he was wearing a nice suit. He was also wearing a super expensive watch. He looks like he's loaded with cash. I don't get how you were able to see all that, even if you have perfect vision. It was just so interesting that I had to get a better look. I didn't want to startle you, so I didn't say anything, but I did walk over where you guys were. Living a remarried and successful life must be wonderful. Okay, now you're really sounding like a stalker. Who does that? Instead of saying something, you followed me and spied on me quietly? Just stop, you're freaking me out now. And yeah, I am living a good life right now with a new guy. This all has nothing to do with you, and it's none of your business. I'm still angry with you and what you did to me in the past. It may have been 5 years ago, but I had to work through so much trauma. Don't contact me ever again. What? Come on now. I only wanted to talk. Let's just forget the past for a little while. You're still giving me the cold shoulder even though we have just reunited. Things are different now. Of course I'm giving you the cold shoulder. I have every right to do so. You weren't the victim, so you wouldn't understand how I feel. You were so awful to me. Anyway, goodbye. Oh, and if you see my daughter and me in public or in the neighborhood, please don't talk to us. We are nothing but strangers. Got that?
Hey, April. It's been a while since we've talked. So, how are you?
What the? Why are you messaging me?
You must be surprised since I'm contacting you out of the blue. But I just wanted to let you know that I've realized something important recently. Kelly isn't the love of my life. You are. I miss Rochelle and I regret leaving you behind 5 years ago. After everything I put you through, now might not be the best time to ask this. But would you like to move in with me?
Oh my god, it's just one thing after the other. What's with all this bad luck today? What did I do to deserve this?
What?
Just a little while ago, Kelly was messaging me too. Now my ex-husband who abandoned me 5 years ago is messaging me right after I finally got rid of Kelly. Today is just not my day.
Wait, what? Kelly was messaging you?
Yep, that's right. I moved into the same neighborhood as her apparently. All I wanted to do was live a new peaceful life here. Anyway, after she saw me moving in, she contacted me, talking about wanting to reunite.
Really? That's great. I need your help, April. I really need to talk to Kelly. First, where was the place she saw you from? Maybe I can try and find her there in the future. Please tell me everything you know.
What's going on? Did something happen?
She just dumped me. Since I lost my job, she left me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kelly was telling me about all that. She said that since you're not making any more money, she has no interest in you.
Wait, she said that? All she cared about this whole time was my money? She never really loved me? I can't believe this.
Yeah, it seems like she was nothing but a gold digger.
Well, it all makes sense now. After we broke up, she did something strange. She stole money out of my savings account. On top of that, I tried contacting our daughter about all this, but she's ignoring me.
Why would you try contacting... Wait. What? You and Kelly have a daughter as well?
Yeah, that's right. The both of them are really close, so she's probably with Kelly right now. I haven't been able to get a hold of either of them.
This all seems really complicated, but what does this have to do with me?
It's because you're the first person I happened to think of. I thought that maybe if you move back in with me, my daughter will have another mother to come home to. It might make her feel better about the situation, and she would love to meet Rochelle and have a sister. It will all convince her to come back home to me. I also think we can start a new family, too. How does giving them a little brother sound?
I think that it all sounds ridiculous. What the hell are you even saying?
But I guess since Kelly is living nearby, it might complicate things, knowing our past. What if my daughter doesn't accept you and wants to stay with Kelly? My mind is going crazy right now. Will you just please try and contact Kelly for me?
I don't really want to do that. Plus, you sound crazy right now. You need to calm down. I also don't want to move back in with you or live with you. This is all none of my business. I don't want to be in the middle of your argument. Stop contacting me and involving me in this nonsense. Hey, April. What did you do? It had to have been you. You told David where I was, didn't you? It's all because of you. Now he knows my whereabouts. It will be harder to get away from him now. I decided to tell him later where you were because it seemed like you really needed to discuss something with you. He was also begging me to move back in with him and acting crazy. There's no way he said that. Come on now. Your connection to him ended years ago. He hasn't thought twice about you. Trust me. Anyway, I have a new man now. We've decided to get married. What? You're already getting married again? Don't you need to divorce David first? Yep, that's right. And I'll worry about the divorce process later. But this was all thanks to you that I was able to meet the new love of my life. Wow, you have strange taste in men. What do you mean by that? Let's see. You like to marry men who only have money, you are into men who already have a family, and you like men who willingly cheat on their wives and then abandon them. I wonder where you found this guy. But I guess this guy must have a strange taste too, since he's into someone like you. What? You shouldn't be insulting me, you know. Gosh, you're about to be so embarrassed. You can't even face your husband anymore, so don't say things like that to me, got it? And don't you dare make fun of me again. Wait, what are you talking about? Why did you say I'd be embarrassed and that I can't even face my husband anymore? I just can't wait to tell you who I'm getting married to. It's your new husband, Simon. Even though he's your new husband, he seems super into me. He even wanted to leave you and get married to me right away. What? I just couldn't forget the man I saw you with before, so I tracked him down. Unfortunately, it looks like I stole your man from you once again. Sorry. Anyway, he's super excited about our wedding. I guess in the end, I'm just way more attractive than you. What the hell are you saying? Even though we just met, he wanted to marry right away. It was love at first sight. I'm so good looking that he couldn't resist me. He recently proposed, and the ring was huge. Please come to our wedding. You can be my maid of honor. It will be so much fun. How dare you? You're sick and need help. How can you live with yourself doing this to someone? Ugh. So he's having an affair with you, huh? Knowing what kind of man he is, do you still want to marry him? He's the type to clearly cheat. Yeah, I don't care. Sorry for stealing your husband again. It's funny how life works, huh? I'm just too beautiful and good looking. Things like this just happen. Anyway, I'm sorry for your loss, April. Wow, you sure do compliment yourself often. You may have good looks, but I guess that makes up for your lack of intelligence. Oh, did you just insult me? How cute. Your man in his wonderful suit and fancy watch is all mine. So, please know your place. I honestly can't stop laughing at your poor situation. I really pity you. Honestly, people like you are the lowest of the low. People like you feed off of others' sadness to get satisfaction, and it's disgusting. You did all this to me after seeing me in the neighborhood once. You used to be my best friend. We had our kids at the same time and bonded over them. Little did I know that you would leave your husband and steal mine. It's sad that you turned out this way. Hurting other people is the only way you can feel better about yourself. Jeez, that was harsh. Don't say things like that. You were the one who approached me first and wanted to be friends, so don't act like this was all my fault. But it's also thanks to you that I keep meeting wonderful people. What? Do you really not have a conscience? Since I grew up lonely, all by myself, I didn't have any confidence. But then I met you later in life, and then you introduced me to David. I became confident, and David and I eventually had a daughter. Did you know that if you have a kid with someone, you can lock them in forever and take their money? It's wonderful. Simon and I have also talked about having a baby already. He really wants to have a baby with me. I bet he does. He loves my daughter so much, he always says he wants to have another one. I really can't believe this is happening again. I was always afraid this would happen again if I started seeing someone new. I knew that somehow you'd come out of nowhere and steal him. I guess you're the type of person who will be living a single life forever. Now I get to be rich with my new husband and live an easy life. Again, so sorry for your loss. Oh, but I should tell you a little something about Simon. He's unemployed. What? Hey, Kelly, I guess you really like my sense of style since I bought that suit for him. You stole my husband once and then you steal my new husband. I guess I give you props for that, so please steal what you like. Even though he's unemployed, broke, and unfaithful, I hope you enjoy him. I don't care to see him ever again."
Wait, hold on a second. He's unemployed?
Yes, he's jobless and has no money. His name-branded suit and watch really make him look good, huh? I bought it all for him, and yet he acts like he bought it for himself. Oh, and he never plans on finding a job. If you like that type of man, then congratulations!
What? Unemployed? Doesn't plan on finding a job? Why are you suddenly saying all these strange things? I'm so confused.
I'm not saying anything weird. I also don't get why you're so confused. I'm only trying to tell you about him since you both are so in love. Oh, I almost forgot. Simon actually had a huge business project, but it failed. He lost all his money, so I was taking care of him.
Wait, he failed?
From the start, it was his idea, so it was all his fault. He worked for a big company too, so it was embarrassing. This all happened a couple of years ago, and he became super dependent on me for money. He has absolutely no talent for anything, and he was known as a failure.
What? That can't be true.
Even though he was a failure, I still liked him and took him in. But Simon still has a lot of pride. He thinks he's too good for any but the biggest companies, like the one he used to work at. He won't ever work again.
What? But then why does he wear a brand name suit and an expensive watch? He made it seem like he bought it. He even took me out to dinner.
It was an amazing and expensive dinner, too. Like I said, he has a lot of pride. He would never admit that I bought him that stuff. Even though he doesn't work, he likes to make it seem like he does. That's how he pulls you in. He's all about presentation. He probably used the money I gave him to buy you that dinner.
What? The money you gave him?
He acts independent, but in reality, he relies on other people for money. He talks a lot about how boring working for a company was as well. I think he's gotten a taste for being a bum now. I don't know if he'll ever be useful again. To be honest, I never really thought too much about what he's been saying. I make enough money, so I don't mind always helping him. In the end, I guess I just felt bad for him. I'm successful at the company I'm currently working at, so money has never been an issue for me. I'm living a pretty good life. It's kind of why I can't believe he's having an affair. I have money, and he was completely reliant on me.
But, you know, how much money did he lose on the project he was working on? Is he in debt? There's just no way that this is the same man I saw talking to you that day. Anyway, since he worked for such a big company at one point, he has to have a bunch of money in his savings account, right? Savings? He has none. I pay for everything.
Even our nice apartment.
What?
Also, since he was the only one working on that project, he had to take out a loan. Since I was helping him, I signed the loan in my name. He's been nothing but pain now that I think about it. I'm fine with you taking over now. He's all yours.
What? Is this all really true?
Oh, and do you still want my other husband, David? You can have both of them if you want. They are both horrible and unemployed anyway. My daughter might be upset, though. She did like Simon and his daughter. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that Simon is a father. He has a daughter, but you mentioned having a baby with him, too. Wow, you're going to have a lot of kids to take care of by yourself since you will be the only one working.
No, this can't be happening to me. I can't imagine what my everyday life is going to be like. I'm supposed to be rich.
It looks like you're going to have to work every single day to support your husband and kids. Possibly even weekends. Nights, too.
I don't want to live like that.
Well, I have to get going. I wish you and Simon happiness.
Hey, April. Please hear me out on something. So, Kelly came back home begging for forgiveness. I can't believe she really wants to make up with me after everything she did.
How interesting.
I heard about your recent conversation with Kelly. I found out she stole your new husband. She thought that he was rich or something, but turns out he's jobless and completely broke.
Yep, that's right.
It looked like he was wearing name-branded clothes and had a fancy watch on, but I guess it was all for show. When I first heard about your husband, I thought he was super successful. Then I heard you had another daughter, so I knew you had remarried and had a family with him. But you really turned this whole situation around on Kelly. It's his daughter, not yours. So, now she has to take care of another kid and her husband. That's got to be tough for her. Her dream was to be rich after all.
Yep, you're right on the mark. It's funny how quickly this kind of gossip spreads. You know a lot, but I'm actually starting to enjoy this.
Anyway, April, there's something I was wondering about. Since you're all by yourself now, aren't you lonely? You should move back in with me. Isn't this where we make up with one another and fall in love all over again?
What are you saying?
Well, my daughter needs a safe place to come home to. You can be a mother to her, and I'm sure your daughter will get along with her too. It will be perfect. I can see a wonderful and happy future for us. So please, come and move in with me. I bet I can make you fall in love with me all over again.
I am not falling for this. There is no way in hell that I'm getting back together with someone like you. Do not contact me again.
Please don't do that. I can see us having a family together. We can start a friendship with our daughters and have a baby of our own. Won't you get lonely all by yourself? My daughter will be so sad about my and Kelly's situation. You can help make things better. Just please consider it. We will be so happy.
What are you even going on about? I don't even care about your kid. The last time you even saw Rochelle was when she was 3 years old. It's been 5 years now and she's in elementary school. She doesn't even remember you except as the deadbeat who ran off when she was a toddler. Why would either of us ever take back the guy who abandoned us? I also barely remember your face. I forgot about you and completely got over you.
I have a reason for asking you all this. I can't be a single father.
I don't care if you're going to be a single father. When you left me, I was alone taking care of our daughter. I don't ever want to meet with you or see your kid. Also, you're 2 years behind on child support, so spare me any stories about how much you love your children.
Oh, yeah. I just forgot. Please forgive me.
I wonder if your daughter even remembers your face. Actually, let me ask her. As I thought, she doesn't. She also said she doesn't want to see you.
What? She said that? No way.
Even though she's still a child, I guess she has some good judgment. I'm sorry. It must be hard to hear your daughter saying that about you. But all this was your fault in the first place.
Hold on. This can't be happening. How did she forget what I looked like? I'm her father. I just don't understand.
You were nothing close to being a father, that's why. You left and I got remarried. You didn't even come visit Rochelle even once. No play dates or anything. You cut off all contact for 5 years and disappeared with Kelly. Gosh, isn't this conversation lovely?
You're kidding. This is not happening right now. She should remember me. This is all your fault for getting remarried. She remembers her new father's face and not mine. That's the real issue here. Ugh, this is all just great.
I wouldn't have had to get remarried if you didn't leave. You are being ridiculous blaming all this on me. I was actually kind of sad telling you how our daughter thinks of you, but now I don't care. It is what it is, and it's your fault.
No, just stop. I'm her dad.
This is your reward for abandoning us.
Even though I loved her with all my heart, I can't believe she said that.
And are you joking? Loved her with all your heart? I don't think you loved her at all. You are completely shameless for saying all this. It's laughable. You are completely unnecessary to our lives at this point. Now hurry up and disappear again. We don't need you. We don't care to ever see you again. Hey, April. What in the world did you tell your husband? Huh? Which one are we talking about? It's your fault for stealing both my husbands. Gosh, it's gotten to the point where I don't even know which one we are talking about. I'm talking about Simon. Your recent unemployed husband? Why is he so persistent? I told him several times that I wanted to break up since he was jobless, but he's not listening to me. He won't leave me no matter what I do. He's crazy. As I said, he has a lot of pride. There's no way he will let you break up with him. You're stuck with him until he decides what he wants to do. He acts like a child and makes a mess. He's annoying. It's like I have another kid around the house. I can't believe this. What the hell is wrong with him? Why is this happening to me? As usual, he's acting like a child. I'm so glad he's out of my life. Karma is so sweet.
And he was the one who wanted to get married and have a baby. He's the child here. He also told me that he would stay home and take care of the baby while I go out and make us money. It's so unbelievable. I just want to kick him out, but he won't leave.
Oh, but isn't that good?
How is anything about this good? What's wrong with you? I don't want to be the one that has to work. I wanted to live a rich and elegant life. I didn't want to work at all.
I mean, it's good to have someone at home to take care of the kids while you work. You guys are kind of the same now that I think about it. It's kind of funny. Also, you shouldn't say you don't want to work when you have kids to take care of. That's not very responsible.
Hey, April. I just came up with the best idea ever. How about we meet up and plan this out? We can work together and live in a nice apartment together with our kids.
What? Are you feeling okay?
That's a ridiculous idea. It's hard being a single mother these days, and living in San Diego is expensive. If we live together, we can easily take care of our kids. We would be able to save up our money living in a nice apartment together. Then later, we can buy a big house to live in with our kids. So please, it's a good idea. We can even share our money if one of us is struggling with something. So come on, let's live together.
No, thank you. I don't want to live with a woman who steals other people's husbands for money. I also hired an au pair for my daughter. She lives with us and uses one of the rooms in my apartment.
What?
Our living together won't work. It's not necessary. Maybe I can invite you over sometime. Or not. Sorry.
Wait, an au pair? What a lame excuse for us to not live together. And how can you even afford an au pair like that? Isn't that super expensive? Are you loaded with money or something?
Yeah, I'm pretty well off. I do it for my daughter because she needs someone around the house to take care of her while I'm working all day. My daughter can't just rely on anyone, so I got her a professional.
Ugh. Anyway, who cares if you hired someone? Please let me live with you. There's nowhere for me to escape. I have 2 unemployed husbands and kids. I need to get out of here.
That kind of life can't be that bad, right? It's a full house and an interesting situation.
What?
Well, I have work to do. No matter how many times you ask to live with me, I'll never say yes, so don't ask again.
Also, stop contacting me! You liar. There's no way you're making loads of cash by yourself. Wait, but aren't we friends? Isn't it great that we live in the same neighborhood now? It has to be fate. Pretty soon, I'm going to be broke. Please help me.
That's fine. I don't care. Bye. Enjoy your new life. I heard a rumor that Kelly's daughter doesn't like Simon very much and misses David. Kelly tried several times to get away from Simon, but she eventually gave in to his persistence. Later, they ended up getting married. They even had another kid. Maybe she ended up liking her new life after all. Good for her. Her dream of not working and becoming rich was brainwashing her. She became so cold-hearted because of it. Simon, of course, stays home to take care of the kids while Kelly works and makes all the money. I'm sure Simon really gets on Kelly's nerves. I mean, he has the personality of a child. I wonder what kind of work Kelly is doing these days to keep up with the bills. Maybe she has multiple jobs or something. Maybe she has to work nights, too. That sucks, but I find it funny thinking of all the possibilities. But I guess I don't really care. She's finally out of my life for good. 5 years ago, she stole my husband David, and now our daughter doesn't even remember her father's face. He was really the worst. He was so shocked about Rochelle saying that he started to finally pay child support again. He recently asked to come visit, but that's really up to Rochelle and how she feels about seeing him. I asked her, and she said she wasn't interested in meeting any more strange men. So in the end, they will not be seeing each other. It's my daughter's choice after all. Plus, I don't trust him. I also don't think she cares about him at all, but that's okay. We don't have to worry about seeing him again. We are happy living as we are. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.